Hey guys, let's get into some Saratoga into the final week. Of course, we're rained off the turf today. Apologize for the sunbeam coming in, but it's actually kind of nice. A little cool here in the eastern part of Canada. A few races today that I want to look at. I will actually look at an early race on the card that has been washed off the turf because there's an MTO that I kind of think has a decent shot. So in race number 2, the 4-horse, so these are 2-year-olds. I don't know who's out yet. I imagine there will be probably a few outs. Money Bolt entered as an MTO for Steve Asmussen. The debut was okay on turf. This is such a humble pedigree. That's why I'm interested in this horse. They paid a ton of money. I mean, look at what the mare was. She was a 4-time winner, didn't make very much money, buyer figure, top buyer of 65. She had speed though. She had speed sprinting on dirt, and I like that. There hasn't been much in the family either. Fleet Tweet, Scott Lake claimer down in, where he races, and Ambrosia hasn't done much, and the reason I'm yakking on about all this is the fact that Moneybolt sold for $460,000 at a 2-year-old in training sale. So obviously this this colt can move a little bit. I'm very intrigued by this one getting onto the dirt. I was kind of surprised they tried him on turf first out, but Munnings, why not, right? At least now you know what you have. So that's early in the card. Race number 3, this one's scheduled for the dirt originally, 6 furlong race. There's a horse I'm against in here. I don't know that he was going to be a favorite anyways. I'll get to him in just a moment. It's the 3-horse Red Pepper that I'm thinking, or sorry, the 3-horse Miss Alex that I'm thinking could be a distinct possibility at hopefully a bit of a price. I mean, she's 5-1 morning line. The last start was so dismal, but she had a bit of a tough start. I'm intrigued by the fact that Jose Ortiz is actually going to take the call as she plummets down in class. There's no guarantees with these kinds. Sometimes these class drops are illusory. If you're slow, you're slow. It's kind of the way it goes. But she has a couple of figures that don't seem all that far out of this field. The 2-horse, another consideration, Exotica from Mike Maker. She's got a little bit of speed, so maybe that's okay. Last start was all right on the slop. Obviously, she ran away from what probably wasn't a very tough field. I mean, we look and see what they've been doing since then. Next race, a few of them have run. This one in a maiden claimer, finished 9th. This one finished 8th. This one won a really cheap maiden claimer at Finger Lakes. So yeah, you get the idea. She ran away from some bad horses, but she might do it again. There's a possibility, especially down on the inside. The outside horse is the one that I want to be against a little bit. It's nothing to do with, with anything she's really done or hasn't done. It's just she showed some speed last start. I'm concerned about where she's at in her fitness cycle. So she raced okay here, and then you get, a workout within a reasonable time frame, and then another workout. She's been scratched twice. Once was a trainer scratch and then a vet scratch on August the 28th. She worked the 26th. So she's having a difficult time getting to the races, and vet scratch and then a big drop down in class. Never my favorite move. So although this isn't a very interesting field, I just thought I would point that out. It always is a good thing to check the scratch board. You can see for yourself, what's happening there. So we see East Wing, she was entered in a 25 non-2. That was when the vet scratch was. That was July the 28th. And then she was subsequently a trainer scratch in a 16 non-2 on August the 12th. That's what it was. So anyways, that's just something to think about as you're doing your own handicapping. It's always good to know, always thinking about what the trainer's intentions are and where the horse is at. One horse to watch today, one horse on the watch list. It comes up in race number 8. And it's a horse I kind of like. So a couple of horses. The 2-horse Dark Storm looks well suited to here. Rudy Rod does well with these claims. This horse is moving up and hasn't won in quite some time. And the last time he won, it was a 16 claimer. So there's some kind of cautionary notes on that one. But I think the price will be okay that you can take them. The 3 American Tattoo, coming off a 3rd place run. At least he's got a little bit of speed, so that certainly bodes well, especially at this 9 furlong distance. He's shown that he can get close and then kind of continue on. The watch list horse is number 6, Glory Road. This one for Tom Amos. His last start was a little bit better than I think what it first looks like on if you're just looking at lines here. Off the claim, moved into a 50, gets the mud going 7 furlongs, so he was shortening up in distance right away. Hits a muddy surface, which, commissioners do tend to love the mud. I thought he ran on well late. Rosario had him kind of in behind horses. There was a front-running horse who was just loose on the lead, and the top 3 finishers were all sitting closest to that one. So Cheap Speed folded. Those 3 passed him. Glory Road kind of came on at the end. Now he drops down in class. The work pattern looks good. I think he's worth paying some attention to. Irad Ortiz gets in the saddle too, which I found to be completely intriguing. He does not ride for Tom Amoss a lot. You can see just 4 times in the last year. They were all at Saratoga. And now getting back out to a distance of ground, I think, is a big thing for Glory Road as well. So that's in race number 8, a horse I'm quite interested in there. The 4 Candy Tycoon. I mean, I guess, right, if he's, I don't know. It's such a huge drop. Like he's just the obvious horse, the Pletcher horse. You have to use him. Pletcher, usually when these horses drop like this, they usually come away with a win. It's like the sale, the win and the sale. That's what they're going for with these kind of horses. The horse doesn't fit their program anymore. They could use the stall. So, take the win and take the money and run. It's what you do when you have big barns like that. Have a great day. If you're in somewhere where it's been super rainy, try to stay dry. The weather's been crazy, but good thing the horses kind of keep us all sane. That's what I like to think anyways. Have a good one. We'll see you back tomorrow.